Good afternoon, villagers. How are you doing? This is Arnie, and you're watching PTV. It's time for your daily dose of Disney. I hope you're all having a great day. I know it's been a little wild around here for me. Um, it's nothing to do with personal life, it's all work, but we just got some good news here at my office. So we have a meeting coming up this afternoon that my whole department seems to be very happy about. So I'm excited for everyone as well. But you don't need to know about that. Let's just talk about what's at hand, and that is your daily dose of Disney for August 21st, 2019. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, look at that. Ben is here. Hello, Ohana Life. Liam, thanks for being here. And R. Johns, thanks for joining. Okay, so on this day, Mike Wheeler, thank you for being here. On this day, August 21st, 1920, this is a pretty good one. In London, Daphne Milne, wife of A. Milne, gave birth to a son at 8 a.m. That was 99 years ago today. And the couple named him Christopher Robin. So he was the inspiration for the Winnie the Pooh series. Christopher Robin, of course, his son. Hi, Samantha. Hey, Samantha, great to see you with Disney Dan last night on the live stream. That was very cool. Hope you had a great time at the Halloween party. I'm sure you did. And on this one, this is sad news. August 21st, 1995. Sad news for Disney fans. The People Mover, sponsored by Goodyear at Disneyland, closed on this day in 1995. It had run since opening in July of 1967 as part of the new Tomorrowland. And guests could board the small trains. They ran on an elevated track all over the place. It was a Grand Circle tour above Tomorrowland. And if you did ride it, you would know what it was. It was fantastic. Donna, thank you for being here. The People Mover in Tomorrowland at Disneyland went throughout all the buildings, just like it does in Florida. But then in California, it also would go above the Autopia. You could potentially, Myers and the Mama Mouse, thank you for being here. So on the People Mover, you would see it all over the Submarine Lagoon. It would be above the Autopia and above and below the monorail. So it was a pretty cool attraction. It wove in and out in all directions. A nice, long, satisfying ride of about 12, 15 minutes. It was really cool. Lisa, hi, thank you for joining. So that was the People Mover, and unfortunately, it closed on this day in 1995. And it was eventually replaced by a faster attraction. Patrick, Zippity Doodad is here. Thank you for being here. I've got some information about Zip a little bit later too, and so you'll want to stick around for that. So the People Mover was replaced by a faster attraction called the Rocket Rods. And some of you may think, the Rocket Rods? I thought that was just a myth. No, it really was there. And it lasted about 2 years, and unfortunately it spent more time down than it did up, and it just didn't work. And it was no fault of the attraction itself. It's just that it was not designed properly for the track that was being used by the People Mover, and now that track for the People Mover is weak and potentially crumbling. So you got to be careful now through those areas. I'm sure in the back area of Tomorrowland, they're probably considering tearing it down. I'm hoping to hear news about that at D23, but that's just a dream, of course. You know, I would love to have that really happen. It would be really cool to see the announcement of a new Tomorrowland at Disneyland. It really does need it. In 2007, on August 21st, oh, thank you for dropping those links, Zip. That really appreciate that. In 2007, the Muppet Mobile Lab started wandering around Epcot. It was a play test that Walt Disney Imagineering was running for the next few weeks, giving the research and development staff, and it did it again. So apologies on that. Let me go ahead and turn off my device here, and I will go ahead and just do it this way. So sorry, I'm gonna have to find out what's going on with my device. My stabilizer is not working quite right, so we'll figure that out. In 2010, an attraction called Spring a Leak opened. And it was a 2,400 square foot water playground that opened on Castaway Cay. I'm upside down. Well, that shouldn't be the case anymore. Hi, only passengers. Thanks for being here. So, water park opened on Castaway Cay. Now, I was there in Castaway Cay in 2008, so I've never seen Spring a Lake, but I imagine it's very cool. It's open to all ages, and it was the latest in a series of improvements to the private island. And now I know that they are building a second private island for the new ships that are coming, so we can be looking for that. In 2011, the third and final day of D23 happens that day in Anaheim at the convention center. They had 15 events on this day, including one that was Imagineering the Dream and the Fantasy, discussing the latest designs of the cruise ships. So thank you, Donna. Thank you for dropping that address there. That is our mailing address, so thank you. They also had a seminar on the making of Star Tours, the Adventures Continue. So, of course, it was updated about that time. And then they also had the filmmakers from Pixar regarding Monsters University and Brave. So they were able to sit down with fans and discuss upcoming animated features as well. Hey, The Real Brooklyn, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. In news today, now this was pretty interesting. Let me go ahead and read what I have written here. I found this on wdwnt.com. This is in regards to the Star Wars Hotel. So according to sources, pricing has been released. And pricing for the Star Wars Hotel will be based around the full 2-night and 3-day experience rather than just per night. It's going to be kind of like a cruise, but in space. So if you're going to stay there, it will be a time commitment as well as a financial one, as shorter one-night stays will not be allowed. It's all about the experience, so you're going to be completely immersed for 3 days. Much like on the Disney Cruise Line, food, select beverages, and entertainment will be included as part of the experience. Now, here's the pricing. If it's a cabin for one, pricing for a 2-night, 3-day stay starts at $3,300 for one person. That's just over $1,000 per day. Now, the cabins do sleep up to 5 passengers, so there's an option of maxing out the cabin occupancy for a relatively cheaper price per person. A cabin with 5 passengers would cost $7,200, or roughly $1,440 per person. So that's more like $480 per person per day. That $1,440 price per person is a lot cheaper than $3,300. So that's pretty darn cool. Did I see did Kelly come in the room? I know Mama Mouse is here. That's good to see. I know it's crazy expensive, but for the Star Wars fan, it's going to be definitely one of those things you will not want to miss, and I'm sure they will book quickly. So that's the announcement of pricing. Okay, let me do a little bit of self-promotion here. If you have not seen it yet, Ben dropped a video yesterday morning for Life with Ben. Ben went shopping. He went shopping at the San Francisco Premium Outlet, so you won't want to miss that. It's a pretty entertaining trip to the outlet stores. And also this morning, we dropped a little 2-minute video. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you catch it. It announces that PTV Live is moving from Thursday nights to Monday nights. So starting this Monday, we'll be starting our weekly show. The one thing about PTV Live is that we will still continue with this Thursday night, as Doug and I will be at the Disneyland Resort getting ready to visit with everyone and meet people here for D23. We are so excited about that. I can't wait to meet everyone. So it's going to be live from Disneyland Resort. We're excited about that tomorrow night for PTV Live. And then on Monday, we will also be live from the Disneyland Resort, as Doug and I will still be around. Ben has to fly back on Sunday, but Doug and I will be sticking around Disneyland for a few more days. So we'll be broadcasting our first episode of PTV Live on Mondays from the Disneyland Resort as well. Loved the thumbnail with your sign on the moving truck. Thanks, Zip. Yeah, Doug just put that one together and had a lot of fun with it. So we're at the same time. Steve's World on Monday night is on at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Meg's Magic is on at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. And PTV Live will be on at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. That's on Mondays. In the meantime, tonight on the Disney YouTube network, D&G Explorers usually does their live show on Wednesday nights, but tonight they will be doing a premiere for their latest video. So be paying attention to that. And so that's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And then following them at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific will be This and That. And that, I believe, is on the Shep Family channel this week. Patrick, is that correct? You're going to be on Shep's channel tonight? I think that's what I've seen. Hello, Donna. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. So that's for the Disney YouTube network tonight. D&G Explorers and This and That. So you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a fun evening for people. Doug and I will be getting ready. So will Ben for our trip. So, okay, great. It's going to be on the Shep Family. So pay attention. Make sure that you have the bell rung for subscription announcements for not just our channel, but for all channels that you're watching here on the Disney YouTube network. So that's about it for today. I'm Arnie, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm going to go back into my office and continue doing some research on the next few days for the Daily Dose. I want to make sure that I've got some paperwork with me so that I can continue with this. Even when I'm at Disneyland, I want to make sure that I provide that information for you. So just be watching, and I will do my best to keep it around 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, as much as possible. So if that's the case, we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me for the Daily Dose of Disney, PTV3D, as I call it in abbreviations here. But that's been it, and thank you so much. Have a magical afternoon and evening, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.